Last but not least is DJ Angelini. DJ is a senior in the McDonough School of Business, double majoring in finance and operations and information management. He is from the suburbs of Chicago, born in a little-known town called Bloomingdale, Illinois. Georgetown has truly been home to DJ for the past 4 years. Throughout his time, he has been involved in a myriad of activities. Right from the beginning, he joined the Georgetown University Rugby Football Club and spends his Saturdays scrumming up and down Cooper Field. DJ has served as an executive and a member of the Diversity and Inclusion Committee at the Campus Credit Union, and has additionally served as the policy chair for free speech for the Georgetown University Student Association. Currently, DJ is finishing out his term as chair of the Georgetown University Lecture Fund and will greatly miss skipping the line to Georgetown's next big lecture. In his free time, DJ enjoys hanging out in the Hariri building at Bagels with the Deans or grabbing a bite to eat at Bowie's with friends. Upon graduation, DJ will be moving to New York City to pursue a career in technology at Palantir Technologies. Please welcome DJ.
Well, thank you for that introduction. Before we start, I have two things. One, I'm a little bit under the weather, so I may cough my way through this, but we're going to roll with it. And two, I think you all should give yourselves a round of applause for the achievements that got you here. Trust me, I know it's no easy feat to earn the opportunity to sit in those seats. It's taken years of community involvement, academic rigor, athletic competition, and so much more. So, from me to you, congratulations. When I was in your seat 4 years ago, I was looking up at the stage in this beautiful venue waiting for my very own GAAP weekend, and I had one thought. Wow, that speaker that's about to speak looks nervous. Well, now I get it, as I wipe my sweaty palms in my suit. How can I summarize 4 years worth of incredible experiences into one speech? The short answer is I can't, but I'll try. See, I've spoken on the stage quite a few times, and I'll get to why that is later. But I've never stood on the stage sharing a story of my own. To be honest, as a senior in high school, I couldn't believe I'd have much of a story to share. I grew up in a relatively small town called Bloomingdale, Illinois, about an hour west of Chicago. So for those of you not from Illinois, I'm from Chicago. If we have anyone from the state, I apologize for that sacrilege. But that was all there really was to my tale. As I applied to college, I didn't have this compelling idea of who I was. I was just a suburban kid who really loved to learn. And I was getting some early acceptances back. My parents were super excited, but I haphazardly threw aside campus life newsletters and invitations to some truly riveting Facebook groups, eagerly awaiting what I hoped would be a large envelope from Georgetown University. Now, I wish I could say I was born bleeding Hoya blue, but I had really only gotten to know Georgetown when I went to high school, and it happened in two ways. One, all of the best fictional people in my favorite fictional television shows fictionally went to Georgetown. Super rational reason to apply to college. And two, I looked at one of those lists. You know those lists that your college counselors tell you never to look at, where they rate colleges in a variety of areas of life? Well, I looked. And Georgetown got A's across the board. Academics, diversity, professors, location, partying, but parents didn't hear that one. So, these were good grades, the type of grades that every first year in financial accounting wants good grades. And that's why I decided to apply to college. But it was really when I looked into Georgetown where it truly clicked. When I really looked into what Georgetown stood for, I couldn't get enough. Women and men for others, educating the whole person, community, and diversity. These tenets upon which the university stands speak more than any top 10 list could. So I submitted my application and waited anxiously to learn if I'd be so privileged to go here. When I got my letter, my grandpa had already been assessing its thickness, and by his scientific estimates, it was bad news. Yeah. Defeated, I opened the letter only to be surprised by a small one-page paper with the Georgetown seal starting, "Congratulations." And so began my Georgetown story. I spent the following months gearing myself up for college. I met my roommate on our basically online dating platform called Charms. I bought way too many storage receptacles for my freshman dorm room. And I harassed professors for their syllabi to order books for classes I was months away from registering in. But nothing, and I truly mean nothing, would prepare me for the wonderful whirlwind that would become my Georgetown experience. When I got to campus, I was enamored with the energy that permeated every crevice of 3700 O Street. One thing you'll realize this weekend is that no one brings more drive or more passion to community like Hoya, and I think you saw that from Evan's speech today. Students here do incredible things, and up to that point, my greatest achievement was being on the varsity rugby team and the state math team, carving out a niche as a two-sport mathlete. I thought to myself, well, this just means I need to make my mark here. And Georgetown's a place to do just that. So I quickly joined some organizations that interested me. I got my name on the club rugby roster for some incredible stories to call home about. I started teaching ESL classes to undocumented workers at a local Home Depot to engage with communities I wasn't exposed to at home. I even started writing in the Hoya's blog, the 4th edition, and that's our paper of record. Freshman year was a time of exploration, a time that I hope you have as well. And at the end of this winding journey, I settled into 2 organizations that have completely defined my Georgetown experience, and without hyperbole, have changed my life. The first is the Georgetown University Lecture Fund. And in that organization, I truly found a family. The Lecture Fund is an organization of 25 students that come together from incredibly distinct backgrounds to put on our lineup of speakers each year. As a freshman, I worked alongside people that had such different experiences from mine to promote one common idea, the free exchange of ideas on our campus. These people expanded my worldview and constantly challenged me to learn and to grow. What you'll find at Georgetown is that you will learn a lot from your professors and from your classes, but you will grow and develop as a person because of the people you're lucky to attend school with. It truly is one of Georgetown's best assets. It's the students that decide to go here, you guys. Now, I just finished up my chairmanship of that organization, and I recently reflected on my experience to a bunch of new students who are looking to join our collective. So I'll share with you the 3 best moments I shared with them. As a first year, I got to meet Supreme Court Justice Sonia Sotomayor, right after her lecture, just back there. I stood beside her, ready to take an awkward side-by-side photo, nervous, shaking, but right before the click of the camera, she sensed my nervousness, grabbed me by both shoulders and said, "Get in here," gave me a great hug, and to this day, it's one of my favorite pictures of all time. The second story I have is during my sophomore year when I was able to meet Jon Stewart. And by meet, I mean physically bump into Jon Stewart. Once again, happened just back there. And there I was, dressed in my ill-fitting suit that I wore to senior homecoming. And as I was moving chairs for his upcoming lecture, I bumped into him and he said, "Hey, looking sharp, I might be underdressed. Should I borrow your suit?" So I laughed uncontrollably, and I right back to setting this very stage. Like I said, I've spent, and for those of you who don't believe, Jon Stewart is about my height. I know it's tough, he doesn't look like it. But like I said, I've spent a lot of time up here, whether it's giving a reflection at our annual TEDx Georgetown conference, or moving the chairs for our Own It conference for promoting women in leadership. I've gotten to know this stage and this hall pretty well. The last moment I'll share with you, and one of my favorites, is the moment I Skyped across the Pacific Ocean in preparation for one of our lectures. After pressing the call button, I didn't know what to expect, as if I had never done video chat before. Panicking, my friend Helen pushed me in front of the chair as a face appeared and handed me the microphone. I began introducing myself almost instinctively. "Hi, Mr. Snowden. Thank you for agreeing to speak here today. My name is DJ Angelini, and I'd like to give you a rundown of how our lecture is going to go." I never thought a kid from Bloomingdale, Illinois, that's me, would be sitting there talking to one of the most relevant, infamous, just incredible people of our recent time, Edward Snowden. But there I was, because your opportunities here aren't determined by where you came from or what your background is. Georgetown is a place for dreamers and hard workers to achieve whatever they set their mind to. I'd love to share more experiences about the Lecture Fund, but by that time you'd be heading to convocation in August, so I'll save you some stories. But Georgetown encouraged me to grow in another area of my life, one completely different from my time in the Lecture Fund. When I turned 20, I was given the highest ranking position I will ever hold in my lifetime, without a doubt. I was entrusted to become an executive at the largest student-run financial institution in the world. Now, the name of that financial institution is the Georgetown University Alumni and Student Federal Credit Union, also known as GWASCU. GWASCU. Yeah, I know the acronym's even harder to say, but I wasn't in charge of the branding, so it doesn't fall on me. We are a completely independent, fully functional financial institution with students holding positions from teller to chief executive officer. As an executive, I ran a department of 30 people and managing complex inquiries surrounding our $18 million in peak assets. And at this point, I had maybe had my own savings account for a year. But luckily, to tackle this work, I had an incredible partner named Katie to carry me along. Like I said, the people you meet at Georgetown, the people you go to school with, will truly drive your experience here. Katie taught me that even in a technical financial sphere, the most important experience you gain is working with people. She taught me that leadership is about patience, support, communication, taking responsibility, and often listening. As a loud Italian kid from Chicago, I had a lot to learn. But together we operated and innovated our member service department, serving thousands of students and adult alumni in all of their financial needs. We developed solutions to our most systemic issues, ranging from account maintenance and record keeping to security and fraud protection. That experience of running an actual bank with your friends, the way Wofsku does, is unable to be replicated elsewhere. It truly is a Georgetown experience. When you guys leave this auditorium and go grab your coffee, that coffee is going to be served to you by a Georgetown student at a company run by Georgetown students. It's just really a special place. I don't regret the sleepless nights for a second. The leather seats in the back make for great 4 a.m. naps. But the community that blossoms from the work you do at Georgetown really is special. Like this university, your friendships become mission-driven. There's this unique opportunity to bond over not just what makes you similar, but what truly drives you as a person. I was able to find that in my fellow executive, Katie, and I'm thankful to Georgetown for all these relationships I've created. So while these two parts of my Georgetown experience are incredibly different, there's an ethos that connects them both to the hilltop. When you walk around campus today and through this weekend, ask students what drives them, what makes them tick. You will be floored by the answers you hear. Georgetown has given me so many opportunities, more than I could ever imagine. I've heard from some great minds, I've managed a company with my best friends, I've traveled with 60 guys playing rugby, wearing our Georgetown colors with pride. But the last few weeks have been filled with a few lasts. I took my last shift at the credit union. I attended my last lecture fund meeting. And I played in my last Cherry Blossom rugby tournament. So for those, I've been ready. I've seen them coming. But there are a couple lasts that I'm still not quite ready for. The last class in the business school. The last day hanging out at Bowie's with my friends. The last time I walk out of those front gates as an undergraduate student. I'm not ready for those just yet. Trust me, I would give anything to be in your shoes right now. Not resisting the lasts, but looking forward to the firsts. Your first day of new student orientation, the first time you meet your roommate, the first Georgetown day. I'm clinging on to every piece of Georgetown, knowing that when I move away, these places, this stage, these people won't be within reach. I am so honored and have been so honored to call this place my home for the past 4 years. And I hope in 5 months' time, you are too. Thank you.